Good day to you. Triple Lot here, coming with the stories of the first times at this point, with Cain and the murder of Abel. And that's where I just want to pick it up, that, he's already gone through this trouble. Scriptures are very clear that we have Cain killing Abel, and they go through the process where he faces the Lord, he faces judgment, he gets an inscription right across the forehead about not, like, whoever kills him is going to get justice 7 times, and then Cain flees and runs. What Scripture doesn't tell us, what the angels have shared with us, is that Cain was afflicted before the murder, afflicted by the fallen. Demons just coming onto him, fallen angels trying to torment him into murdering his brother. And it went on for 3 weeks after the sacrifice, and Cain really, making an agreement that Abel's was better, and all these kind of things that led him to judge and led him to false beliefs about God, led him false beliefs about Abel, and all these things, to where he finally gives up after 3 weeks of torment and running from any harm towards Abel, to just surrender his body over to the fallen. And that's where he, in agreement, kind of sets up the stage to murder Abel. And then he does it, of course. That's what history has. But afterwards, he flees, he runs, he gets out of that environment, never sees Adam and Eve again, just goes away and is on his own. Scripture says he's supposed to be a vagabond. That was part of the judgment of the Lord. He rejects that in, like a year and a half or so into his fleeing and running, and says, I'm going to settle down. And about that same time, that's when his wife, Teresa, his sister as well, kind of hears that whole scenario, the Lord, Cain, and that it's time for her to go follow him. And so she does. She goes to the wilderness, is basically at her deathbed when she finds him. And it's a sweet love story. It starts to turn around the kind of his life, and they go on and have, very productive life, like 500 more years. So the story is amazing. We don't have it to the end yet. We just have the first 150 years of their lives at this point. But the testimony that I wanted to bring to you is that even if you have sinned, and even like with Cain, committed murder, there is still grace. God still sent Cain's wife to him. God still, accepted in some ways, not with like glad heart, that he was settling down, and gave him family, gave him a destiny. And that's what I believe for you as well. And for me, is that when we mess up, God still wants us to have second chances. God still wants us to say, okay, I'm sorry. And even when we don't say I'm sorry, he still gives us those second chances. And that's what I want to bring to you today, is that God's love over and is amazingly bigger than anything you have done. And he can and does give you second chances and even grace to be joyful, to be glad. He's not a God who just wants to crush you. He's a God who wants to provide for you. You're his child. You're his baby. So just press into that. That's all I got today. God bless you.